Obedience is better than sacrifice means God values willing obedience and a heart aligned with Him over rituals. It's religious activity or outward sacrifice of a scripture emphasizing that true love for God is shown through following His commands rather than offerings and making, obedience a lifestyle. Then Samuel said, "Does the Lord take pleasure in burnt offerings and sacrifices as much as in obeying the Lord? Look, to obey is better than sacrifice. To pay attention is better than the fat of rams. I delight in loyalty rather than sacrifice, and in knowledge of God rather than burnt offerings. If you love me, keep my commands." But we demolish arguments and every petition that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. And we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. This calls for patient endurance on the parts of people of God who keep his commands and remain faithful to Jesus. The affirmations of obedience is: today I choose obedience over empty rituals. Honoring God with my actions. Actions always speak louder than your words. So give God gratitude by showing him. Prayer, reading, just the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you have, the gifts that he giving you, use them. My heart is aligned with God's will. I obey because I love him, not to earn his favor. I take my thoughts captive, making them obedient to Christ. I listen to the voice of the Lord, act accordingly. For obedience is better than sacrifice. That's the key. I do not offer lip service or false worship. I offer a life of submission and obedience. That means, like, if God tell you something and that inner voice in your ear is talking to you and telling you to do something, that's obedience, and you do it. You have followed God's order. You have listened to the signs that he given you, the warnings before destruction, like I just told you about the dreams or the warnings. It's not that I want to be on the front line, but when I deliver these messages to you, it's ordained by God for me to give you these messages because it's meant for somebody to hear. Everybody may not resonate with the message, but we all supposed to teach each other and give each other warnings before destruction. We are learning from each other each and every day, not just from our parents, not just from the people that have raised us. It could have been a teacher in your life. It could have been a mentor in your life. It could have been a preacher in your life. Anybody that you look up to that is giving the right commands, not the false prophets, but the right prophets, the right messages that you are listening to. Take heed to those messages because those are warnings for your life to save you from a situation. You don't know, it could be a fire or burning building that might happen a week from now, and then somebody tell you, hey, pay attention. It's going to happen. Pay attention. Don't go this way. Pay attention. Reroute your route. Don't go that way. God will direct us and order our steps in his word if we pay attention to the signs. Sometimes we could lose our keys in the midst of the time, and a lot of times I thought about, like, man, I misplaced this or I misplaced that, but it was for a reason. Sometimes God can stop you in the tracks and you're supposed to be at this appointment at this time. But what if you're kind of late? Maybe it was an accident along the way. Maybe it was something along the way to stop you or procrastinate your time to prevent you from getting to a situation that was in front of you that you didn't see. But God seen, his angels have seen to protect you from. You never know. Obedience is God desires of submission and trust. It's not a great arrangement, but where sacrifice is used as a cover for disobedience. And God don't like for us to be disobedient. He wants us to listen. Truth sacrifices offering one's own will to God rather than merely external items. It's not about the things that surround us. All this will perish and go away. We don't go and leave the earth with this. We don't leave the earth with this soul, this person that's talking within us. This soul is what matters. So right now, you need to be focused on saving your soul than trying to save that car, save that home, save that money. It's not important because all this will perish and all this will stay behind. It's not what's important. Your soul is what matters. So right now, God is like, take heed to the signs because a lot of people are not paying attention. And if you are that person that's paying attention, good for you. You are being obedient, and he's going to give you rewards in return. You're going to get the reward if you see it or don't. It's the consequences of the disobedience that we're going to script and highlight that disobedience is like into rebellion, as seen in the story of Saul. So we don't want to be disobedient, be like Saul or Judas or, the rest of the people that have did, or Solomon and Gomorrah, like I was sharing earlier too. It's a lot of disobedience that was happening in the Bible. And back then, people were being stoned. Right now, God showed mercy on a lot of folks. But it's a lot of folks right now is getting karma because they're being disobedient. They're not following God's plan. They want to go their route instead of God's route. And God's way is always better than your way. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. So you have to listen and take signs to the heed of God, His kingdom, His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Listen to the signs. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to angel numbers. Pay attention to anything that's around you that is sending you something. Pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to your family. Anything that's going on around you is important because we in times where a lot of people are not paying attention, and y'all need to stay focused for real. And if you don't, disobedience is sacrifice. You sacrifice your whole soul, your whole life. You won't have this no more. Then He can't save you after you didn't listen, because you're going to be burning and you ain't going to be hoping and wishing like, dang, God, why you didn't save me? But it's too late because you didn't listen to the signs. Warning is always before destruction. Pay attention and have a blessed and successful day.